Welcome back, folks, to a amazing edition. It's about payroll. I'm your host, Brian Escobar, and this is my partner, Walter William Duncan III. What's up, Walt?
What's up, man?
We celebrating a year right now. This episode, so that's why we had to snazz it up a little bit for y'all. Oh, we can dress too. But yeah, man, we celebrating happy man, brother, happy congratulations, happy
Yeah,
1 year anniversary.
yeah,
You
man.
know,
It feels like it feels like it doesn't even feel like it's been a year, man.
no, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
It
It feels,
doesn't.
it feels like feel like we just started, and
Yep.
it's just like this time has just flown by, man. I know I always say that, but it really
It's
literally
true.
feels
Yeah,
like it just has
it's
flown
true.
by. It's just like, man, we look back.
Yep.
I remember us, Perry, like
Mhm.
all the shows and
Yep.
starting out and being nervous and like,
Yep.
here
What
we
do we
go, the
do?
process out here. I I think we should definitely be proud of ourselves for
Yeah.
where we've come, where we're going, and I think that we have to really understand that we deserve like to give ourselves some kudos, man.
Heck yeah.
We
Heck yeah,
deserve to give
man.
ourselves some kudos,
You know
pats
what I
on the
mean?
back,
Yeah,
and
absolutely. Celebrate the wins, man.
yeah, celebrate those wins, man. So how about you? How are you feeling after 1 year?
Man, all kind of things, excited, proud of ourselves. He said something that made me think, that like easing into it all, we did audio only, right? For so some of you
Yes.
day
Yes.
ones,
Yes.
that we were audio only for a long time,
Mm.
almost the whole first year. And, you know, a colleague of ours, Gerard Hall, mentioned like, I think he was like one of our first fans, like, and he really, was like, I like what you're doing. He gave us the first thumbs up amongst peers, right?
Mhm.
Feedback. You guys may
Yeah.
have, some of y'all may have been giving us thumbs up, but we didn't see it. So, but thank you
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah.
But so Gerard had mentioned something about doing video, like, oh, you guys should do video, and blah, blah. And at the time, we
Mhm.
were like, man, we were just getting used to audio, right? So it was like overwhelming, and it took us a long time from the time that he said
Yeah.
that to actually doing video. And I think video really changed the game for us, and it's a lot more exposure, and I'm getting like messages like, oh, you're doing so great, and I mean, I really appreciate it. Looks that way, like, wait, this
Yeah.
is this is still a labor of love, folks. So, you
Yeah.
know, don't get it twisted. You know what I mean?
And I think something else that we should be proud of is that we've done this without any financial backing.
Mhm.
We've done this without any real marketing
Yep.
outside of our
Organic,
teams.
grass,
Everything,
yeah.
the organic, the growth has been organic. Everything has
Yep,
been organic,
yep.
I think that's kind of a perfect segue for us, right? To go into what has stood out for each of us over this first year. So, like, what stood out for you, man?
Man, again, it's been the acceptance,
Mhm.
like we set out on something. We knew there was a void. First it was discovering that void, right? Because me and Walt didn't set out to do this. We have a different project we're working on.
Yeah,
And like this wasn't the intention, but it became the thing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And it became the thing because folks really just started was like, hey, thumbs up, keep doing this. You're doing good,
mhm,
blah blah blah. This is good, this is good, this is good. And from our peers, from our, other powerhouses and superstars in the industry, just like that has been beyond for me. You know what I mean? For
yeah,
for folks to be like, you're my number one show to go to. For payroll folks, right? We intended this for payroll folks. And for those folks to say you're my number one show to go to. The stats. We stood out in the stats and Spotify, right? We created
yeah,
85% more content in our category than any other creator in
yeah,
our business category
yeah,
on Spotify
yeah,
for the
and
whole category.
that was in the first 6 months?
That was
That
in
was
the
in the
first
first
6 months.
yeah, the first 5, 6, 7 months, yep.
that's incredible, right? That's an incredible thing.
Mhm.
So that gave me, I was like, wow, this is crazy. We're top one and top one, top number one and top five and top 10 for like more than half of our fans.
Yeah.
Yo,
Yeah. Yeah, it's helps me remain humble, and everything you said kinda sticks with me as well, and it gets you to the point where it, like, gets you in this place of, like, feeling this humbleness
yep,
and getting to this place where you're like, it all hits you like, "Man, like, we're doing this. We're" and for me, the thing that's been so overwhelming is the reaction from everyone, bro. It's
word up.
everyone's support. It's everyone's like because when we did this, like to your point, we were doing the app first. That was our
Yep,
main goal. And then we said, you know
yep,
what, maybe we should do a podcast too. And and then as we started to do it and we started to gain more traction and more support, and it was just like, wow, like there's a lane for this. There's a void. What'd you put here? There was an opportunity to fill a void of content,
yep,
fill the void of content. And it was just like, you know, nobody else was doing things the way that we're doing it. Nobody was basically coming from an aspect of not being so technical, which
mm-hmm,
we tried to start out doing,
mm-hmm.
remember?
We
And then we
tried.
say, you know what,
Yeah,
let's be different. Let's just be
yep,
more so towards, coming from a place of kind of humanizing it.
yep.
Not saying that other shows don't do that, but basically like coming from a place where, hey, we can be relatable. We can be
Conversational about it.
conversational,
We are just
right?
conversational about it. But yeah,
And
that technical stuff was tough, man. That's more for teaching.
yeah, that's what stood out for me is the support of everybody. And everybody, like you said, everybody saying like, this is great. You
Yep,
guys are doing great.
yep.
You guys like, like I feel like I'm talking to one of my friends. That stands
Yes,
out for me.
yes,
That comment is like, hey,
yep,
I'm riding in the car. House friend is like, she's
yep.
talking back with
She's
us.
talking back to us.
Like, so
Yep,
she's engaged, like we're getting the people
yep,
engaged in the conversations. So
yep,
like that for me, like hits my heartstrings.
yep,
And it's just like, man, like,
yep,
thank you everyone for your support as we've grown, as we've gone through our little, peaks and valleys
yep,
because, we've updated our equipment. We've updated all this other stuff. We, like you said, we transitioned from audio to video, all
yep,
these different things we're trying to do to make this experience better
yep.
and, more substantial. Yeah,
Word.
it's definitely a humbling experience, man.
Yeah, man, for sure.
Yeah.
It definitely has, and again, just so much more to come because of the feedback, because of the acceptance. We want to keep doing it. We want to give give more, and folks have been reaching out through LinkedIn. And if you just if anybody's wondering, like, oh, where are they reaching out? LinkedIn. I know not everybody's on LinkedIn, and we will have some things coming, right? We will
Yeah.
have a site. I'm jumping ahead here, but we'll get to it, but we'll talk about that. But yeah, folks are reaching out on LinkedIn, and it's awesome. Like we would share the screenshots, like, "Yo, look what this person said. Oh my gosh, this is so great."
Yeah.
We've read each and every one of them. I'm sorry if I haven't replied. I think I reply to everything. I think I acknowledge everything. But sometimes I'm just in awe and I'm like shocked, and I, you know what I mean. Like I'll send you the
Yeah.
snippet of it before, and then I'll just be like, "Wow," and I forget to like. So, but yeah, man, we read them all. So thank
Yeah.
you so much for everybody, man.
If somebody like reposts or shares or likes, like
Yep.
certain people were like, we appreciate
All
everybody.
of that, yeah. Of
Like,
course.
there's certain things with Brian and I will be all giddy and stuff. It's like, oh
Mhm.
man, look at this,
Yep,
screenshot this, and like this, because it means a lot to us,
yep.
like that people take their time to invest
Mhm.
into what
Yeah,
we're invested in.
yep. To
It's
listen. Yeah.
yeah, to listen, so
It
so on to number two, man. Like one thing that we notice here is that payroll is evolving,
yeah.
right? And I see, yeah, it's evolving fast. And so what does that mean for us? That we have to as well,
Yep.
that since
Gotta keep
payroll is
up.
evolving, so was me.
Yeah.
So was me. So was we.
So was me. Yes. I love
Yeah.
it.
So you have your little note here, man. I'm speaking.
It's yeah, yeah. So, I mean, basically my thoughts on it were just AI is impacting it and will continue to transform payroll. You know,
Mhm.
um, we're gonna do a whole episode on it and just like really think about how AI will impact payroll and how project and infer, what some of the things will come of it. You know what I mean? Just have fun with
Mhm.
that and just, imagine. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm seeing posts already of companies like doing things and a lot of times folks stretch it out, right? Like, oh, we got AI and payroll, and then they'll be like, it's like a little feature that kind of already exists because they kind of just trying to get the headline, So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm reading them all. I'm paying attention to it all. Nothing groundbreaking yet that I've seen, but paying attention to it, man. AI again, like we've talked about many times. What are you seeing out there? What do you think is going on?
No, no, I think it's very interesting. I think what you're doing with the payroll and the news helps. Like you did that thing with was Uncork.
Uncork, yep.
That
Codeless,
that's
yep,
like Ola's payroll. Like
yep.
that is a substantial thing. You
And
know.
and I'm trying to cut you off, and that was, because we had that codeless experience, right? We started
Mhm.
out trying to do the codeless site and code with no
Yeah.
code and all that. So
Yeah.
that like when I saw it, I was like, codeless and payroll, what?
Yeah.
What? So yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, but yeah, things are happening.
So that speaks to your point, like how payroll is evolving.
Yep.
Payroll people. I believe this to my core because we're payroll professionals. Payroll people want to provide different solutions and
Yep.
want to like be able to produce these different things and to be able to resolve and provide solutions to these some of these challenges, which segues us into our next topic. So that kind of help us identify some of the challenges that we had. So for us, what were some of your challenges that you think that we face doing this podcast this
Oh,
first year?
okay. Well, time and funding for sure, right?
Yeah.
Because this is extra. This is an addition to, again, it's a labor of love, right? And when we started it out, one of our colleagues out there, David Turtsky, and he does HR Data Labs
Yeah. Yeah.
and the
Yeah.
podcast, right? So check
Mhm.
that one out too, folks. HR Data Labs is great. He said, Brian, remember, this is thought leadership. And I was like, all right, yeah, and I don't know if it sunk in as when he was telling me because it was just starting. So, and thought leadership is that we're just talking, right? We're talking about things, and hopefully it helps somebody. Hopefully it helps payroll people. That was our goal.
Mhm.
It's about payroll, right?
Mhm.
And as we've learned and evolved, it's about people. So
Yes.
we hope that that's happening, but
Yeah.
that's what this is, the challenge being that we still have to, you know, balance out our lives with it all,
Yes.
but yeah, but
I agree with you because like we have lives outside of our payroll, normal 9 to 5s. So it's balancing all those different things out and then finding the time to carve in the time for these moments where we
yep,
can record, where we
yep,
now we're not just doing the one show.
yep,
We're spitting out all these different things, the bonus
mhm,
episodes, payroll in the news.
mhm.
I'm doing the
True
little
payroll,
the wellness
wellness,
things.
yep,
We're doing all these different things that we're putting out and it's just taking more of our time. So it's just trying to find that time. I think that for me is the biggest challenge. One of the biggest challenges in the beginning was for me. I don't know if you can identify with this, but for me, it was deciding between technical aspect
mm, mm.
or hey, like you said, that
Really? Okay.
leadership, like saying like, hey, which lane do we go? Because we tried it. We tried
Hmm.
and we're not saying that we're not ever going to go back to it because it's something that we want to do,
Oh
but
yeah,
like.
it's teaching though, it's learning.
Yeah, so like it's presenting the data in a way that is received that is industry standard, which we know our stuff, but it's just
Yep,
like okay, like hey, like Payroll 101, Payroll 102, Payroll like those are
those
the
are
different
tense.
things.
Yeah,
Those when we were actually doing it, we realized like okay, hey, this has to be on point.
precise.
There can't be any room left for interpretation. This has to be concise,
Yeah,
right?
not a lot of chatter, not a
Yep.
lot of side, and I don't know if you guys noticed, if you ever listen to it, me and Walter had to record that separately because we tried many times to do it on together like this, and we couldn't, we just couldn't find the way. And I said, you know what? Here, you take these pieces, let me take these pieces, let me record, we'll splice it
Mhm.
together, and folks didn't, we talked to a few people that have listened to the episode, and they didn't notice because it's kind of the same thing. And honestly, if you're listening to the episode, you don't care about who and what. You're trying to pay attention to what we're saying because
Mhm.
it's really a course, right? It's a
Yeah.
learning thing. So, but yeah, we had so much. That was a challenge, getting it. I mean, we're really technically over a year recording, right?
Yes.
Because we started 2-3
March.
months before we
February,
actually
March.
started posting.
Yep.
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 So we're really over a year recording, but the first show went up, right? From that, we're 50. This is 53.
Yeah.
This will be 53 episodes, right?
Yes. So when we, yeah, this is going to be
We're
episode number
recording
53.
53 right now.
Mhm.
So, we're at a year, so we're over a year. We wanted to just again mark that accomplishment for ourselves.
To our second point, payroll's always going to be evolving.
Yep.
And so, like, I think one of the things is that now that we have the seat at the table is that we're forward thinking as
Yes.
well. Like,
Yeah.
hey, how can we solve the solutions for today? But then how can we going forward provide solutions that will encompass the future challenges as well? Sometimes, we can get so caught up in what's happening now in the present or even in the past that
Mhm.
we don't look towards the future as well. We don't have that visionary. And like some people have that thing where they can see into the future and everything. So I see that you have another note here. I think it's important that you speak to it because it was mentioned in our last show with
Mhm.
Sylvia, I believe.
Mhm. So with Sylvia, thank you. We just learned, we're talking about future and how things are evolving.
Mhm.
I don't know if you knew about it, but I literally just learned what payroll transformation really is, right?
Just
And I'm maybe I still, well, I kind of get it, right? So payroll transformation is not actually, if I, and Sylvia let me know if I'm saying this right. It's not actually the payroll people processing. It's payroll people that used to process that are now planning on how payroll needs to be implemented and executed going forward.
yeah,
Payroll transformation, right? Are our current systems working?
yeah.
If they're not, how do we change them and improve them? So that's I mean, we've gotten as far as that. We've now, and you know what the great example is? Sometimes when you have huge projects in payroll, you always wish that you had two teams, one team doing the work and the
Yes,
other team running the project and
yes,
executing the transactional work on that side, because
yes,
it's two different things, right? You already have a full-time job
yeah,
processing payroll. So now when you want to transform and plan change, it's very tough to get that person who's doing that and the people doing that and pull them out of it and say, "Oh, now run this as well." It can be done and it's done all the time. But it's nice to see that companies have gotten so forward thinking that they're like, "Wait, let's do that. Let's pull these folks out of here. Let's hire other promote them or create this other new team that's going to help operations get better." Payroll transformation is what it's called, and it's an amazing thing.
yep, absolutely, man. So our next one, our triumphs. I know we may have mentioned some stuff.
Yes, we did, yeah, but
So,
oof.
so for me, I would have to say the number one thing. Yes, it's how far we've come. That's without saying.
Yep,
But for me, because I'm all about, it's about people. It's the connections, man. It's the community. It's the community for me. It's
yep,
it's it's us having building a wide reach and you know being able to connect with this one, connect with that one, and to spotlight their strengths, to spotlight and obtain knowledge. It's to be able to learn. I feel like I've learned so much
yes,
from us doing this podcast, from us
Absolutely.
reaching out to other people, and even if we've known some things, but the way that they've worded it, it's like made me
Mhm.
think like, oh man, wow, that makes so much more sense. Like seeing these people in their element, seeing these payroll
Yes. Yes.
superstars in their element, it's just like,
Yep.
wow, man, there's payroll people are amazing.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would have to say that's the biggest triumph is is connecting with all of these awesome payroll professionals.
I love it. I love
Yeah.
that. And you're right, because there was something special about Fran's lessons to us. Like, I mean, she's a guru, and you just felt it. You were listening to this, and you were like, "Yo," you just knew this is priceless. What I'm doing, what I'm hearing right now, like,
Yep.
we captured something for y'all that is priceless.
Yeah.
Okay, and I hope that young payroll folk, he listened to it. You know what I mean? And we'll make sure you do, right? We're gonna put it out there. And more, but like listening to Fran was amazing. Listening to Sylvia, like such a command of those difficult transactionary work and the way to break down and how she mapped the folks that she dealt with and deals with. She maps them according to she's like high influence, low something. I was
Yep. Low, less. Yes, bro. I was like, wow, like that helped me. That helped me think like,
yes,
hey,
absolutely.
like low impact, high influence, or something like that. How would
Yes,
you put it?
sometime we gotta play it back. We gotta listen to the episode again.
The way she put that, like it was like a golden nugget for me. Like and
Yes.
all across the seasons with our guests, there have been nuggets that each one of them, in my opinion, have dropped
Mhm.
for us. It's just like wow, like whether it's Christina that's coming from a high level business owner standpoint, like
Yep.
hey, as a payroll business owner, these are things you should do. Or whether it's Gerard with his tax information, his tax
W4.
form,
W4 thing.
W4. Like
Yep.
all the guests that we've had on, Melissa with global payroll, sports
Mhm.
payroll,
Mhm.
all the different nuggets and stuff like that. And then the behind the scenes stuff where they're just dropping knowledge and like
Oh my god.
imparting wisdom
Yes.
into us, man. It's just like
One day we'll release the uncut stuff. You're gonna love it, and we'll get clearance. Don't worry, guys. When we get to that point, you know what I mean? Like it's yeah, exactly right.
yeah. So
Exactly.
I see that you had a note here. What was it?
Um, yeah, okay, yeah, triumphs for me. I mean, all the things you said, absolutely, and again, the acceptance is a triumph, right? We set out
Yeah.
to do something, and we're doing it, and then we I called folks to action in the beginning. Hey, there's no content for us. There's no come join us, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it, folks. Like I love it, man. There's like a few other podcasts out there before that we were the only big podcasts were payroll wise were from the UK. Nick Day, right? Shout
Yeah.
out to Nick Day.
Yep.
Hopefully we meet him one day. No pun
Pay talk.
intended.
Pay
Pay
talk.
Talk by APA. Yep.
Yep. Hmm.
Yep. Pay Talk by APA was another one. But for the US, right? Like we're pretty much the biggest payroll show in the US right now. Because there's a lack of content, right? Like, yeah, we're number one out of two. You know what I'm saying? My triumph, I think, that I've seen is that I'm seeing more content being developed by others in the payroll space,
Yes.
right? And we need it. There's so much room here to develop different things, different, you know, deliveries and products of payroll stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like anything that anybody innovates or creates helps the payroll community in a whole.
Exactly.
It
Yeah.
shouldn't be for me. It shouldn't be a competition.
Mm-mm.
It should be about the community, right? It should
Yeah.
be like, hey, this is information that I'm putting out to help the other payroll professionals out there. Because you and I think both you can agree with me. We've been in situations where somebody didn't want to teach us something. Or I know at least I have.
Mm-hmm.
I've been in
Yeah.
situations where I had that manager that
Mhm.
hoarded all the work. When someone came to me asking me a question, I couldn't give them an answer because the manager that was above me didn't allow me in or make me privy to that information. And it made me feel like
Mhm,
inferior or less than.
mhm.
So this is about community, everyone. This is about community. It's about us helping one another. Because I remember I there was a post that I saw someone that they shared an episode of ours, and they said that they really didn't have community like that in the payroll industry. They didn't have friends, other payroll friends, and that our podcast helped them out
Wow,
during getting their CPP. That it
that's
was a
dope.
welcome break from their the grind and stuff like that, from the studying and all that stuff,
That's
and it
dope.
still helped them along the way. So like to hear that,
That's
man,
dope, right? Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it worth it.
I'm trying not to get emotional over here, man.
Yeah,
But
word
yeah,
up. Word up.
yeah,
Word up. That's what makes it worth it though, right? Because it's
yeah,
because payroll people love to solve, love to help, you know, and that's what makes it worth it for us, man. So thanks for
yeah,
that. And so we're going to the next one, unless you got another one. And like, what's next, right? What's
yeah,
next? What's next for Brian and Walt? More, I made a joke. My comment was more of everything.
yeah,
We're developing more shows, right? That we have the true payroll crime, which we're probably gonna. We found way more stuff. Like, I got to be a little bit flexible on the idea of always having a solve for it, like a solution
yeah,
and stuff, because there are more interesting stories that we want to tell that are just a story, and we're just gonna have fun with the story, and there
yeah.
may not be a solve at the end of it.
Yep.
So,
And that's
and
okay.
that's okay. Exactly. That's okay. So I love the True Payroll Crime. We're delivering that every Wednesday. We do deliver twice a week now, Mondays and Wednesdays. We posted the night before, but just as a guaranteed, it's there Monday and Wednesday.
Mhm.
Mm, And, we're loving doing that. Again, labor of love is just, we found the time, and it's easy to do, when you're passionate about something, right? It's fun. It's easy to do. I was talking to somebody now. They're like, oh, what do you do for fun? And I was like, this show,
Yeah. Literally
literally this
from
show.
a big part of our lives, man.
Yeah, it really has. And but I'm here for it. I love it. And,
Yeah.
the video has changed the game. We have fun dropping these clips on the social media and sharing the clips and stuff like that. And sometimes it's just the little clips are a little show in its of itself, the
Yeah.
little little minute conversation that we just drop in a gem on them. And it's like, oh wow, that was enough for people.
Yep. And then
Um,
the payroll on the news, I love it.
Thank you.
Like, I
Appreciate
get so hyped with it. I'm just,
it.
yes, yes.
I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah,
Yes.
because it's different. It's different
Yeah.
than, so I think it's a little bit different because
Mhm.
I haven't seen anything like payroll in the news. And so
No.
for me, I find it fascinating because I love doing payroll. And
Yep.
so when I see that, it's just like all these different updates and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
man, keep doing that, keep
Thanks.
bringing that.
Thanks.
Like Brian said, there's gonna be more of that. There's
Yep.
gonna be more payroll in the news, more true crime. There's gonna be some wellness stuff that I'm gonna be dropping,
Yeah.
for
Well, go
everyone.
so far, Walt's got it. He's killing it on TikTok and YouTube
YouTube shorts.
Shorts with
Yeah.
his wellness. I'm trying to get him to develop a show so he can deliver on a regular basis for you guys. I'm putting him on blast for everyone. Hit him up on LinkedIn and let him know we're waiting for your show. And
Yeah.
it's really simply wellness, right? Like Walt has this part of him that he wants to see people do good and do well, right?
Mhm.
And I dropped a TikTok that says selfless versus selfish,
Yeah.
right? And I feel, you could go look at it, but I'm selfish and Walt is very selfless, and both in good ways, but you can check that out. But, so I really want him to leverage that piece of him where he can reach out to people and connect and help folks because he's very good at it, right? He's very good at seeing that folks need help. You know what I mean? He'll note, hey, you look like he's very intuitive. His third eye is wide open. Like he can really see these things, and I want him to grow that and help us out. Like he's just in his very basic things, right? Breathing
Mhm.
tips, and he already got feedback like, oh my gosh, this helped me during the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so,
Mhm.
folks, hit him up on his inbox, man. Just like flood his inbox. Let him know we need him to do this show. We need to do wellness and payroll, right?
Yeah.
Because who's taking care of us? Gotta take care of ourselves. We gotta take care of community, folks. If we want to be a family, we gotta take care of each other. So,
Thanks for that, Brian.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that's more of what's coming, and we just having fun with it, and developing different things. Oh, our website is gonna launch soon. Yo, we are super psyched for the website, and it's just one place for you. You can see all the info and the show. There's just one place for you guys to go and just be curious. You know what I mean? See what
Yeah.
it's all about. Um, we're gonna start delivering learning bits and case studies and things like this, things to help you during a day. We want to solve things for payroll folks, so we will have solutions. Like as Walt mentioned, and we do have a show out there for our app. It's called PayQuest, and there is a show out there for it. We explain it, we break it down, and we're still developing, and it's coming. And man,
Yeah.
it's been
It's,
another labor of love.
it's close.
It's close. It's so close. It's so close, folks. And we got a beta group lined up, and we're gonna
Yeah.
be working through beta, and then we're gonna open it up to folks too. If you guys want to beta with us, have some fun and help develop solutions out here for payroll folks, man. We're gonna be doing it,
Yeah.
and we're working with a great development team. So, the, you know, the website solutions on the roadmap, more information. You talk about the payroll in the news, and I'm it was really natural for me because I consume a lot of content, right? I read
Yeah.
a lot of ton of crap and watching stuff, and I'm just a student of business, right? And that's my own thing. I just, for whoever knows why, and because like Barbara Corcoran said, because something cracked inside, just trying to fix it.
That's great, man. Like, so I think that sums everything up. And yeah, parting note that you want to leave the folks with as we close out this episode celebrating our 1 year anniversary.
Man, thank you. That's the part I know. Thank you very much from the bottom of our hearts. Thank you.
Yes.
We as long as you and I think you have something that you want to share, right? Leave folks so we can get some engagement, and we're developing the next season.
Yeah, like so next season we wanted to speak to specialty payrolls. And what I mean by specialty is those different industries. So like if you if you currently or have done payroll for a casino, or if you're in manufacturing, construction, nonprofit, sports, we'll tackle those again, so those different industries that
Mhm.
you may not have touched as a payroll professional. You want to learn from those people who have. So
Yep.
I'm gonna be putting a post out there, and I'm gonna be like reaching out to the community and asking like, hey, who knows
Willing
about
to get
this?
on. Yeah.
Who's
Who's
willing to
willing to
get
get on?
on
Yeah.
and come teach the community
Yep.
about this industry? And
Yep.
because there's some people out there who have just taken jobs, who are currently in the middle of a job that need some help, and
Yep.
your voice might not, and the information, the knowledge that you have might help them
Facts.
succeed in what they're currently doing. So I'm going to put it out there. It's going to be soon. It'll probably be today or tomorrow when that post goes out. And we
Cool.
want to hear from you. We want you on here.
Cool. Yes. And to give you an example, right? Me and Walter have been
Yeah.
in education for a long time, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that's nuanced and unique to education is that some teacher salaries are over 10 months and not 12.
Mhm.
So that's kind of a challenge for us in education. So that's what we mean, right? What's unique about what you do in whatever industry you're in,
Mhm.
specialty, because right, we all specialize really, you know, but we how does it differ, right? How does it differ from we spoke to Fran. Fran has always used ADP. She's been processing for over 20 years. She's always used ADP. That's like kind of a unicorn. That's why she's guru status with that, you know,
Mhm.
with her stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's
Oh,
that's
yeah.
crazy. So
And one thing I want to sorry for
no, no, no,
interjecting,
go again.
but one thing that Fred said and that helped her, and I hope that it helps someone else, is that because of her experience in the systems that she's been in ADP specifically,
Hmm.
is the connections that she's made.
Yep. Yep.
It's all something, and that's something that Melissa
Same thing.
Vicioso spoke
Yep.
to. It's
Yep.
the connections
Yep.
with people that they've made
Yes.
that helps them be successful at those jobs, at those stops.
Right. And why is it
Mhm.
important? And how you do it? Because you know, it's important. It's helped us all in our careers. Like if whoever you see at VP, director, CHRO levels, they've learned how to build relationships.
Yeah.
It's important. So yeah. So again, we're reach out to us, and if there's something unique about the what you do in payroll, share with us, man. If you're interested in come on the show, we just a little
Yep.
a little nugget here and there. You know how we say we keep it conversational. You
Yep.
know, but and if you want examples of what we mean, look at Fran's show and look at Melissa show and Sylvia's show. Like they just break it down for us so good,
Yes.
and you learn so much from these short conversations. And yeah. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
yeah.
Not to second Brian. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. This has been a fantastic year. We're
Yeah,
excited for what's to come, and we're so appreciative of what we've been through and the like I said, the highs, the lows, the struggles, the challenges.
yep,
It's made us who we are today, and it's equipped us for what's to come. And we wouldn't be here without you. So
yep.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. It's only just begun,
Brian,
so
thank you, brother.
yeah, man, no doubt, bro. Stay on for the ride 'cause we it's only just begun, so we're gonna keep it
Mhm.
going. Yeah, that's it, folks. I hope you guys enjoyed our banter for today, and again, thanks for coming back. Thanks for listening. We're your hosts, Brian and Walt. It's about payroll, and we'll see you next time, folks.
See you next time.
Peace. That's what's up. Good show.